Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another episode. Today we're going to be talking about, can a nurse transition into clinical research? And I got this question from a listener who emailed in. Before we get into that, I just want to let you guys know, we do have the resume review program going on. We do have career consultation, interview preparation, as well as salary negotiation. So actually, I'm gonna do that episode a little bit later. So yeah, guys. So if you're interested in that, email me at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into today's episode. So this person emails in, "Hi, my name is," I'm not gonna say their name. "I searched for information on clinical research coordinators on YouTube. I came upon one of your past videos regarding clinical research, and I'm glad I did. I went to your About section and found your email. I'm writing to you because I'm interested in clinical research, but unfortunately I have no work experience. I do work in the medical field and have for 15 plus years. To be more specific, I work in dialysis. I'm a dialysis nurse, and come to find out, the company that I work for has a department in clinical research, and I would love to transition and start a career in clinical research. I would like to mention that I recently graduated from a university and I have a bachelor's degree in applied administration. I looked up the requirements for the open position and it states that it does require a bachelor's degree. It does not specify which type, only that you must have a bachelor's degree or higher degree. And I also meet the minimum qualifications. But I do lack work experience. I am reaching out to you in hopes that you could point me in the right direction. How may I get work experience? Where could I look for internships or volunteer for clinical research? Thank you for your time." So yeah, have I talked about how nurses can get in clinical research? Yeah, I've talked about that before, but I don't think I've talked about the angle where you work for a company. Well, a lot of people work for companies. They work for hospitals that have clinical research divisions. They have clinical research departments, and a lot of these hospitals have a ton of clinical research going on. They have, every department's got some kind of research going on because some of the faculty members love clinical research. So why wouldn't they have a lot of clinical research going on? So I wanted to bring this up because a lot of people have clinical research going on a couple doors down, right underneath their nose, and they had no idea, yet they're trying to go work for other organizations to do clinical research. Guys, transitioning into clinical research is very, very tough. So that's why it is best to, watch all my videos, whether they're 2 years old, 3 years old, or just came out yesterday. Just because they are a little bit older doesn't mean there's not applicable information in there. So that's first. You want to make sure you watch those older episodes and videos because there may be tidbits on how you can get into this industry that aren't necessarily in the newer videos because we're talking about newer stuff and different stuff. But yeah, guys, if you're a nurse, you work for a hospital, and you're looking to get into clinical research, one of the best places you can look to get your foot in the door is right in your own organization. If you work for a pharmaceutical company, in a different department at the CRO, look right in your organization to get into the field because it can be a lot easier to get into the field working there because look, you can directly message, you can directly call, you can directly email, and they will respond to you, people in your organization, because they're going to see it come through on, I don't know, I'm just throwing Mount Sinai and a Mount Sinai email address out there. They're going to respond. Or if you can instant message them, they're going to respond. So one of the best things to do is to reach out to your clinical research departments. Let's say you're a nurse like this gentleman here. One of the best things you can do is reach out to those departments, ask if they've got any jobs you're looking at transitioning into clinical research. If they say no, ask if they got any internship opportunities or volunteer. Can I just get some experience if I come here, work a few hours a week, help you guys out? So that's a good thing to do. See if you can volunteer, see if you can intern for a few months. Just getting that a little bit of experience is going to change it tremendously. Now, the other thing you want to consider is what job should you be applying for? Now, nurses, it's easy to go into clinical research coordinator. It's easy to go into study coordinator route. Very easy. And this gentleman was a nurse, so that's why it's a good idea for him to apply for that. apply for study coordinator roles. Not to say that he can't eventually go on and do something else, or he can't apply for something else right now. But that's just a great angle that you have. Not to mention, if you're working for an organization, they know where to get references for you. They can talk to your boss. And not to mention, your boss can help you get to that role that you want to get to. Now, sometimes you got to kind of gauge your boss. They may not want you to leave, so they may kind of sabotage you. I've heard of that happening to some people. So, but you know your boss, you know your environment better than I would. So you just kind of got to play that right. But it definitely helps if you want to go into clinical research, if you have a work at a company that has the department. So you want to reach out, see if you can get in there, see if you can get some experience, see if they have a job for you primarily, if not internship or volunteer. And then leverage that experience you get into going into a full-time role, contract role, whatever you're looking for, onto the next bigger and better role. So that's how you go about doing it. Of course, there's politics that come into place. You want to be mindful of that. You don't want to step on anyone's toes or disrespect anybody or disrespect your boss because they're going to help you get there. So you just want to be mindful of that. But that's how you go about doing it. And that's not to say you can't apply for outside roles too and just see which one's better and easier to get into. But if you're having a hard time, looking right underneath your own nose can be very, very beneficial to you because they know you, you know them. You should at least be interviewed because you can talk right to the hiring manager. You can talk right to the recruiter, and you're making their job easier. You're coming to them. They don't have to put up an ad. They don't have to, interview people necessarily. You're saying, hey, look, I'm interested in this role. Do you guys have any openings? And if they say no, don't be afraid to keep in touch every couple of months and see what they have coming up because things change all the time. A hospital could get a new couple of studies and now they need to hire 2 new study coordinators. So yeah. So to answer your question, yes, you can transition into clinical research, and yes, you should look right in your own building. Now, one thing you want to do is gauge how long it's going to take for you to get that role. If they're saying they have nothing and they keep saying that, I would not apply outside of the organization just because you're waiting for a role inside the organization. I would do all things at once. You have to be very aggressive in this industry. But if you're just kind of putting out feelers, you don't necessarily want to leave your job yet, you can do that. You can apply and look and research, clinical research at the place you're already working. Especially if you really like the organization, you like the culture, et cetera, you can do that. But if you're already ready to leave and you're just waiting for the right opportunity, then be aggressive. Look inside the organization as well as outside the organization, as well as other places. But the big key thing is make sure you know what roles your skills apply best for so that you can apply to those positions and make sure that you are in good contention for those positions. So if you don't know, book a session with me, 30 minutes, an hour, career consultation. We'll get you right. We will basically set up a path for you to get to where you want to go. If you want to go to project director, C-suite executive, we'll map out the whole thing. So hope this was helpful, guys. And yes, you guys can do it. Email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. Take care.